Hey, it's Topher right here on Geek Public Radio on geekpublicradio.com. What is up, everybody? We're here going to talk about some really cool stuff. We're going to watch a trailer for The Othercide with a C, Othercide. Think that looks pretty cool. In conjunction, we're going to talk about Werewolf the Apocalypse. We're going to talk about Twilight 2000. Yes, that game. And and we're going to talk about a little bit more of Ashes in Creation, seeing as how that's coming up really, really soon. All right, so with me, as always,
what up, doe?
Is a little bit of Crazy Chris.
It is a little bit of crazy. There's a whole lot of crazy. There's a lot of pasty-faced white boy on this side.
Well, the blue is kind of helping you out with it.
It does. It's a nice frame. It makes me almost look angelic. It's beautiful. I love it. What's up, everybody?
As you can see, as we're talking about stuff and doing all this, we're slowly and changing and adapting the studio and getting things moving and making it to where it looks as good as we, on camera as it is when we walk in. Yeah, that actually takes a lot more work than getting it to look good when you walk in.
It does. What's always entertaining to me is when we come through. My hand is like super close to the camera. Pull this down here.
Hi.
Quit talking with your hands, Chris. But what cracks me up is we know where our spots are to sit, and we know exactly where we're supposed to be, and we still
have to spend 10 minutes to arrange everything and get everything squared away.
Which is fine, because I honestly would rather do that anyway. Because maybe I wanna lean back this episode. See, look, we adjusted the camera, so if I wanted to lean back, I could. Isn't that neat? And then I just play with the microphone a little bit, and we're good. But if I wanted to get real close and serious with you, I can do that too. See, it's all in the way you set it up, and
I have to move I'm gonna have to move a monitor all the way over here. Yeah. That's what it's gonna be, and I have to all the way over here. So I'm stopped doing this.
Right, quit looking at the monitor. We got to get you one of those mini monitors. That's what we should do. That's the next project. Is we'll get you one of those little 4-inch screens and put it down there, so
that I can just look on underneath the camera.
It's like the professional singers. They got the lyrics to their songs on the very bottom.
Right.
Yeah. It's because they're too drunk to remember what they're singing. Rock and roll.
So we have the first convention for the year.
Right.
For the past couple years that we're gonna, since everything was closed last year. We got In Conjunction coming up. Looking forward to that. We have a lot of cool stuff for that. If that is all possible, and the Kickstarter actually ships before then, and we get it, we're going to have we backed the Drop Studio the Drop Key Studio thing. So it's an inflatable
green screen,
a full studio. Well, I mean, it's a full green screen studio. It's got the lights and everything already built in.
It's super neat. We were taking a look at it when you sent it to me initially. You're like, so we I think we're gonna back a thing, and I was like, yeah, do it. Yeah, definitely. I'm a 5-year-old kid. It's inflatable. It's a green screen. Do it.
It literally is inflate and go.
Yeah.
You plug in, have everything there, and all you have to do is set your camera up, and
that's right. I can
set your iPad up and do all of your color, your chroma key and stuff from your iPad, and broadcast at the same time.
Whatever, Apple, I guess.
Well, I mean, you can also do it at your Samsung, but I'm just saying,
for those cultured people, right? They get their apples.
Right. But so the idea being able to add that to a booth to where as we're sitting there talking on the air doing this stuff, and then adding the live streaming thing where we can put
walk around the convention and actually have our guys turn around and look at the green screen, but make it look like we're looking at them. Yeah.
Yep.
Be pretty cool. I'm all for it. Like you don't have to sell me, and these people out there are gonna be like, what? They pretend imagination. Like I've seen what makes you smile, people. You'll like what we put out.
But
I've seen what makes you cheer.
So that's a pretty cool thing. But not only that, but to be the official radio station again, to be the official podcast, to do our live show, which we're rusty at because we haven't done a live show
no,
in a while.
No, but I'm never short on speech, so.
Well, yeah, you are verbose.
That's right. And a well-rounded vernacular.
So like with the live show, we're just going to be showing a couple movies. It'll be pretty cool.
Put Black Book out, right?
Rutledge Productions is, we're going to be working with them just to have that.
That's going to be super fun. So, and in conjunctions, usually in July.
Yeah, this will be July 2nd to the 4th.
All right. So not
like we'll break down.
Not Gen Con.
No. We will be breaking everything down and just in time for the 4th of July. So like we can come home and
light some fireworks.
Which
is exactly what I want to do. It's precisely how I want to spend my 4th of July. With fireworks.
Like convention and then
outside. Eating food.
Not in the rain.
Not in the rain. Staring up. with nothing between me and the sky.
Mm-hmm.
But my face.
So yeah, we got a lot of
Merca.
So we got a lot of cool stuff on that. So go to inconjunction.org and get your tickets. Everything's like they're all geared up, they're all set. The program is going to be up here within the next couple of weeks.
Yep. And if you guys are local, are they doing live attendance?
They're doing live. It's live and virtual. The last I heard that they were doing a hybrid.
Yeah, they're going to have live attendance, and then some of the booths will have virtual attendance. So you'll be able to communicate with certain people via virtual at certain times, right?
I have no idea on the specifics.
Okay.
I just know some of the events are going to be broadcast live on
right. They're
their
going to be
stuff.
Boothed, but you're not going to be witnessing them. They're going to be
doing
whatever, and that's honestly it's probably a pretty smart way to do it, just to kind of reintroduce some things. Plus, when you do virtual stuff like that, being live and in person is always better, and you can't convince me otherwise, especially in a convention type setting. But when you have virtual events, you provide greater access to people who would not be able to attend. So people who can't normally go could attend virtually via ticket sales or however they're going to set it up. I imagine it's going to be some kind of gatekeeping thing. But in addition to that, vendors can also sell their wares virtually and provide virtual booths while still accommodating those people that put on the in conjunction and actually organize the event and things like that. So it should be pretty cool. I would always prefer live and in-person conventions because that's just how I am. I don't know about you, but
yes, we know. You're excitable.
I am very excitable. And I'm super excited for In Conjunction. And you know what else I'm excited for?
What?
Werewolf the Apocalypse, 5th ed. I have great news. I have good news for all of you White Wolf fans out there. All 2 of you. I've got some good news. Werewolf the Apocalypse 5th edition is slated for release coming very, very soon. It is a 2021 release date. They does not have an exact date.
Yeah, they haven't hammered down the exact date. I mean, they're working on it. They're getting everything geared up.
Yep.
The promotional stuff that they started to put out looks pretty good.
I'm super, super happy. So, I guess the distributor is going to be Renegade Games.
Yeah.
Which is, I think they're the ones that bought White Wolf, or they bought the
Paradox is the one. Parallax. They're the one that bought the stuff off of CCP.
Right.
because CCP bought White Wolf, and that's when they came out with the Bloodline stuff, and they were trying to do the MMO and all that stuff because they were trying to play with the EVE Online, bringing that up, and then that started to go down, and CCP was like, "Oh, let's start selling our properties."
Yeah, and to even to get you guys a little bit more hype about this, tabletop editions, 5th ed.
Which means that the LARP isn't far behind.
Not far behind. And then the second thing to bear in mind is this is the first update to the tabletop in 14 years. 2007 was the last update to the Werewolf Apocalypse tabletop. So this has been 14 years in the making, and then just due to various licensing issues and legal things that we won't talk about, there have been some hurdles, but it is finally happening. Werewolf the Apocalypse 5th edition will be coming out this year. So it is only May. It's gonna be May. It is only May that, the 5th month of the year. So the good news for you is, even though there is not a concrete release date, we know at least roughly 150 days that it has not come out. So that only leaves roughly 200 more days for you to figure out when it's going to release. And I'm sure the closer it gets to time, I would imagine probably fall release in time for Halloween.
Or maybe Gen Con.
Maybe Gen Con. Yeah, that's very possible.
I mean, it might, that's what most people look for.
I think they'll showcase a play test at very minimum. Gen Con will probably have a play test for it.
I mean,
not play test, but like an event for it.
Right.
Is what I meant.
Well, everything's all pared down this year with Gen Con, so, we're not able to do an event because we aren't a sponsor. Like, they've limited all of their stuff, saying that attendance is going to be limited, vendor space is going to be all spread out, so they're limiting the amount of vendors.
It is Paradox Interactive, by the way, not Parallax.
Paradox?
I was going to say Parallax was the
bad guy
from
in
Green Lantern.
Yeah.
It's the fear entity.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, go ahead.
So since they're paring down and everything, I'm not sure that they might release the book then. I'm not sure if they'd have an event, because events are kind of a sticky wicket at the moment.
I don't know. I assume we'll probably get, as we get closer to Gen Con, we'll have more concrete details.
The closer it gets, the less concrete it seems to get.
That's true. Like at this point, they said it's going to be basically all virtual, and then they were like, "Well, we're going to have some live events," and then they were like, "Well, we're going to do a lot of live events, but you're still only going to be able to attend virtually on these days." And then they were like, "Well, you can attend every day, but most of the events are going to be virtual now."
So I mean, they
don't know what they're doing.
4-day passes are going to be limited. And then they're going to do the single days, which are going to be limited.
Yeah.
And they're already rolling over the 2020 passes, so you have the option of just rolling over your badge and going.
Which they should do.
So that's going to limit, because the majority of people just took the rollover, and
Which, and again, that's absolutely what they should have done.
Right.
They're the least they could do. When you guys plan out an event a year in advance, and then that event gets canceled, you should either, especially if it's a recurring event, you should either let them just attend next year,
right,
with good faith, or give them their money back. It's real easy.
Well, I mean, they did both. They were okay, you can get your money back or roll over your ticket. They did not
screw this up. I was super proud of them. They didn't screw this up.
So
I've seen companies butcher this, and it's terrible. Looking at you, Eschaton Media. I don't care. I'll call you out. I don't care. That's
so there's a lot of cool stuff that should be dropping this convention season. We'll see if it does.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've never played. I'm excited for Werewolf, but I've never actually played it.
You haven't played Werewolf?
No, I played everything but. I played a werewolf in a vampire game. I played a werewolf in a vampire
Everything
game.
but?
Everything but.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Everything Zen, but...
Oh, okay, but
yeah.
it's but. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry. Couldn't let that one slip by.
I mean, I played it, like I said, I played a werewolf in a vampire game.
Right.
But I had to be, like, a specific, like, everything was specific. I had, a glasswalker who was this and had this, and I had to be a metis or whatever, and all of these criteria just to be able to not, like, rage and, like, tear everybody apart.
Yeah, I mean, the lore of that's pretty specific, and Garu and vampires don't get along, and that's just what it is, so... Which I've always appreciated and liked. It's super fun, especially being a guru, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, fight this vampire," and I'm like, "Oh, fight? That's a cute word. It's not even a fight." So, spirit of the fray. Oh, you're dead.
I gotta eat this vampire.
Right. It tastes like worm taint. I don't like it. By the way, the two white wolf though, that's us. We're the two fans. But yeah, so Werewolf the Apocalypse is coming out. It's gonna be super cool. It was they teased it in Berlin, I think, at the World of Darkness Con, or what is it called? PDX Con, something like that. I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Parallax. I don't know. Paradox Con, something. I don't know.
Parallax Con.
I don't know, something like that.
It's a lot of yellow.
Yeah, they teased it. It was in Berlin, and like people got like super hyped about it. So, go Berlin. Right. Yeah, so that's something to look forward to. Werewolf the Apocalypse. I've got another thing that I am looking forward to. I've heard about it. It came out. Was it November last year, September last year, maybe. It's a real-time strategy, or not real-time strategy game. It's a turn-based strategy game, like kind of set in the same vein of XCOM, and it's called Othercide. Mm-hmm. And Othercide looks amazing. It's Othercide, so other side, like genocide, but with other side. It looks wicked cool. We've got the video. You got the video queued up?
Yeah.
Awesome.
In Othercide, face horror and defend reality against the suffering other and the nightmare creatures. A malignant race of atrocities. With incredible skills, brilliant strategy, and an army of daughters birthed from the greatest warrior to ever live. You are humanity's last hope against its final enemy. Othercide's battles take place between dimensions, in the cracks where chaos dwells. A place called the Dark Corner. Each is a fast-paced skirmish between your chosen daughters and the forces of suffering. The dynamic timeline system forms the core of every fight, giving you control over not just where and what happens, but when. Shred them down.
These videos, and I'm not sure if that's how it'll play, but I imagine that this is what it's going to look like, and it's kind of cool the way that it's black and white, almost with a grayscale, and then the red it like punctuates whatever you're doing, so like an attack, or you're taking damage, or your life bar, like that's, if you notice it, like your life bar's red, or their clothes or their cloak or whatever's red. It's a cool little accent. All right, anyways, go. I'm sorry.
Each action can impact the timeline, forcing enemies to wait, hastening allies, or triggering off specific events, or at specific times. Place a delayed area of effect attack with one daughter, then use another to push an enemy into it, and yet another set to react to this move with her own strike. Rather than a predictable turn structure, in Othercide, movements up and down the timeline are common, and controlling it as vital as dealing damage or retaining health. The dynamic timeline system also allows for combos, devastating sets of actions triggered by several daughters in sequence, using reactions to do extraordinary damage in a short time. impressive. Every daughter is her own person. She will develop traits based on how she fights, making her a unique character along the ever-evolving story of your fight against suffering. A brutal killer may become arrogant.
I do like how
coward,
it looks
fearful,
like
and the athletic, ever more celeritas.
It does a little bit,
As she grows and gathers experience, she will also gain new skills in one of 3 classes.
Music sounds cool, too.
Each is a choice, defining her role on the battlefield and the abilities she has access to. Sweep your foes away in a storm of bullets. Rain spears from above. Strike like lightning. Gather incredible strength or keep your allies safe. The choice and the consequences are yours. Every skill can also be customized, from basic attacks to the most powerful
explain
in your
what
arsenal.
consequence gaming.
This can add damage or buff a defensive skill. But
so for those who may not actually be familiar with that type of terminology when it comes to gaming, so consequence gaming is if you've ever played like a Metal Gear Solid, or if you played the Mass Effect series, if you've played any of the XCOM games, even going far back to like Final Fantasy Tactics or Ogre Battle for the Super Nintendo, in which actions that you take in regards to particular characters have an outcome on how the game continues to play. So a consequence would be, let's say you have a tank, right? And he's or she, whoever is, your 5th level tank, and they're super strong, but you need to protect your mages. So you move your tank to the front line, and then you just get sniped and dropped, and that tank is dead. You don't get him back. That's it. Move on to the next battle. Whereas in like a typical RPG setting, you'd be able to resurrect that tank. You'd be able to heal them, bring them back to life. But in consequence gaming, he's done. Goodbye. Time to train a new tank. That's it. And Nintendo did this really cool thing with their oh God, not their fire. What is that? Why can't I remember what the name of this is called? Then it's gonna bother me now. It's a particular. They have a strategy. It's another turn-based strategy game in which even the main characters can die, and how they participate in battles and what happens to them actually determines how the game plays. And the worse you are at doing what you do, the worse ending you're gonna get. And if you do it terribly enough, you'll just get a game over, and that's the end of it. You don't even get a bad ending. You just get a game over because you suck. Right. Yeah. So, but that's consequence gaming. So this is similar to that vein. It looks like you get to pick your sisters, and then if you screw up, they die, and you don't get them back. So I'm already like super intrigued about this because you have to be smart to play. Like, you don't have to be smart to play them, but you have to be smart to keep them alive and to use your strategy elements. And I love those types of games. That's why I like Warhammer 40K. You just have to you have to know how to play. And I love games like that. Doesn't hold your hand. This is what's happening. If you lose, you lose. Sorry. Love it. Anyways, go ahead.
Can also add special effects, armor shredding, timeline delay, or stranger upgrades. Every character in Othercide becomes truly unique over their life. Death will take you. Healing daughters requires the sacrifice of another, and your forces cannot withstand the onslaught of suffering forever. Each failed run unlocks new abilities, new opportunities, and gives you new options for the next.
That's awesome.
So wait a minute.
It rewards you for failure. That's dope. I'm assuming it's probably built into the storyline. That it's, from what I can actually see, it kind of looks like one of those like eternity type struggle scenarios where it's the suffering versus the greatest champion or whatever, and that's kind of what it looks like. So it's probably some kind of subverted time thing. And dynamic time system is a core mechanic that they're trying to introduce, so I'm assuming that comes into play as well. And it would basically allow you to retain information about your previous campaign, which would unlock abilities. You know what not to do this time.
Each massive boss is a Herculean task, and you will be justly rewarded. with some unlocks bringing truly game-changing effects. Lead your army and save humanity from suffering. When Othercide releases on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC on July 28th, and Nintendo Switch later this summer.
Oh, that might be what I saw was the Nintendo Switch release. So, yeah, it's been out since July. And I am logging on my Steam right now.
I'm trying to get...
People tell me that
trying to get us out to the... before the next video starts.
I am going to download. So, yeah, for those of you who are watching live, I am going to type that in and boop. All right, so purchased and downloading. Wait. Highlight button. Highlight. All right, anyways, I'm downloading it, and I'm going to write a review. So, that was easy. For those of you watching live, yeah, I should probably have it up tomorrow. For those of you who are watching on YouTube 3 days from now.
Yeah, it could be out on Sunday.
It'll be out on Sunday. So if this is Sunday, then I released the review yesterday. That's the benefits of watching the live shows. When you watch us live, you get all the cool benefits. You get to interact with us on our Discord. You get to do all the cool stuff. But yeah, that's some of the benefits of our membership. Is you get to interact with us. You get to leave us comments. You get to tell us what you want to see, things like that. Yeah. And on top of that, one of the really cool things about being a geeky type podcast is we get all kinds of neat access to game stores and gaming developers, and sometimes we get keys to new games that are coming out and stuff like that. And one of the things that we've actually discovered is that these game stores and these developers are more than willing to put their product out there and more than willing to just trying to get more people involved in the hobby. And that's why our friends over at daysandnightsbooks.com have decided to incorporate a 10% discount to all new members of Geek Public Radio. So it's a little this for that.
So if you're a member
vis-a-vis.
If you're a member of the GPR's Geek Nation, then the promo code will be available to you. Or we actually are working it out right now to where you'll automatically have an account with them, and you just sign in with your username and password that you have for your membership through us, and you get to 10% discount.
Yep. So that 10% is applicable to everything in the store. So if you are a gamer, for $5 a month, you get a 10% discount to an online gaming store, which is daysandnightsbooks.com. And that's days with a Z, N, the little N, nights with a K. So daysandnightsbooks.com. But yeah, you'll be able, if you're any type of gamer at all, that 10% discount for $5 a month. If you buy one book, one gaming book, like Pathfinder 2.0, D&D 5th Edition Player's Handbook, the new Dune series that's going to be coming out very, very soon. Actually, it's already out, excuse me. The Dune from Minds. If you buy any of those books through our... Modiphius, thank you. Yeah. I said Minds. I knew what I meant.
We're on Minds.
They're on Minds. Yeah, anyways, we're on Minds, by the way. But if you buy any of those books with that 10% discount at $5 a month, you've already paid for your membership just through that discount. Those are $50 and $60 books. Some of them can be more than that. If you buy dice, if you buy dice towers, if you buy, like I said, the books, any of those types of things, even the games themselves, sometimes they have starter kits and things like that, can be $30, $40. That 10% discount goes a long way. It's not a one-time purchase. It's 10% off to Days and Nights books.
As long as you're a member,
you get 10%
you get 10% off.
That is a standing 10% off offer just for being a member of the GeekPublicRadio.com family. So the excuses for you not being a member are running real low. We've got movies. We've got access to prior shows. We've got brand new content coming out. We have extra content. We have game reviews that you can look at anyways. But discounts to the bookstore at daysandnightsbooks.com. And then on top of that, you get exclusive access to us on
conventions.
At our conventions. You get exclusive access to us on our Discord page. On top of that, just the one additional thing that I want to mention is you keep the big tech oligarchy from coming down here and shutting us down because they didn't like the fact that I said Kovifi. Because this membership helps us run our own website and not have to be reliant on
anybody.
YouTube and or anybody for that matter, not having to worry about it. The only thing that we have to worry about is a dedicated server, and we have that. So, but yeah, geekpublicradio.com in conjunction with Days and Nights Books. Thank you guys over there at daysandnightsbooks.com. We really appreciate it. So yeah, check us out. Become a member today. Get your 10% off coupon. Not coupon, excuse me. Get your 10% off recurring discount. Recurring. All right. Yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to say.
That's all you wanted to say.
That's all I wanted to say. Join now.
So, I wanted to hop in the Wayback Machine. Back in the mid-'80s.
Oh, I know. I already know where you're going. You said Wayback Machine. I already know where you're at. Go ahead.
In the mid-'80s.
Right.
There was a game that came out.
This is where you should change the camera to like right in your face because you're giving this dramatic speech about it. The Wayback Machine. You should do that. There you go.
Okay.
Get it right in there.
All right. So... So back in the Wayback Machine, in the middle of the 80s, there was a game put out by GDW. They had already put out stuff like Traveler and all that. That predicted that in the 90s to 2000 era, there was going to be a hillbilly from the state of Arkansas that was elected president.
Well, that's weird.
And would start World War III, and that's what you played in. It was called Twilight 2000.
Twilight 2000, not the lame-ass Stephanie Meyer's books.
Right.
And I'm sorry, if you're a Twilight fan, good for you. I'm not trying to destroy your fandom, but my 4-year-old read those books.
That's what that's a good series that's calling for a Wesley Snipes cameo.
Right. Yeah. It's a good starter series. Wet your teeth on. Just cut your teeth on. I said wet your teeth, wet your whistle. Cut your teeth, whatever.
They don't sparkle.
I can't even talk about those. Anyway, so Twilight 2000's not that.
Right.
It's something completely different.
You're basically
it's something much better than that.
You're a member of a squad that's fighting in the middle of World War III that get cut off from everybody.
Hey, so Chris, I resent the fact that you called me a hillbilly from Arkansas.
Hey, I'm
an educated man.
I'm just saying what they said in the thing.
Sorry.
But no, like seriously.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be political at all, but I can actually do Bill Clinton, and that makes me laugh.
but when that was funny is because we were all sitting around like people voted for him and he became president, and then those of us who were in the middle of a campaign looked at each other and went,
"Timeline works."
Okay, this is weird. But it's set in Poland. And you're trying to get out, and you're trying to get back to your lines. You're stuck in the middle of stuff. That's coming back out.
I saw, and I did not. When it came around the first time, I didn't get a chance to play in it. And by the time I really seriously got into gaming, roughly 20 years ago at this point, by the time I seriously got into gaming, it was gone. Like, it had just kind of made its rounds. So it's about 15 years ago, I guess. But yeah, it had already kind of made its rounds at that point, and I just kind of missed it.
Right. I mean, because in the timeline, it starts with, like, Twilight 2000 and, like, the nukes going off and being stuck behind enemy lines and doing all that stuff to the nukes causing rifts and whatnot. And then Dark Conspiracy came out. Was their next book.
Right.
And dealing with aliens and monsters and all the other stuff in another thing that everybody's going to laugh at in a world where corporations had taken over and they control the means of everything. And
I have the law.
And where corporations are the one dictating people's rights, and you're either a subject of the thing or you live in the Outlands.
Right, and then judges control the. Oh,
well, no, that's a different theory. And then they moved from that into Traveler.
Right.
So.
And, beg your pardon, everybody. Traveler is another one I actually didn't get a chance to. Hey, Othercide's done downloading. Sorry. But Traveler was another one that I didn't get to. I didn't get to play. So
it's a fun one. It's similar to. I mean, it was a good predecessor to the StarCraft stuff, or not StarCraft, but Starfinder.
Okay. Now, see, I've played Starfinder.
Right. Think of it like that, but with the percentile system that you would find in like Dark Conspiracy or the other stuff.
By the way, if you
Traveler,
have Alexa,
like as it had been moved through, they've changed it and it's been adapted as people bought it and
if you have
changed editions.
If you have like one of those
Alexa
boxes, you can actually play Starfinder. You literally say, Alexa, play Starfinder, and it will start playing it.
I wonder how many people now have.
I'm hoping that happens. Alexa, play Starfinder.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to, Alexa, set an alarm for 2 a.m.
But anyways, but yeah, you can play Starfinder. So we actually tried to play. It was a house full of rowdy people, so it didn't really happen the way you wanted it to, but it's actually kind of fun to play it that way. But yeah, Starfinder was a really good game. Like I said, I missed Traveler. I missed Twilight 2000. So I'm actually really excited.
It sounds like you missed a lot of the GDW stuff.
Yeah.
A lot, to be honest, a lot of people missed a lot of GDW stuff.
Well, at the time, even in my beginning introduction to gaming, back in the 90s with D&D, I really kind of thought that's all there was. It's just D&D. So I didn't really.
The first game I played actually was a Dark Conspiracy game.
Really?
I didn't play Cthulhu. I didn't play anything. Like the very first game I played was Dark Conspiracy.
I think Second Ed D&D was the very first one I played. I have played First Edition D&D, which
we played First Edition all the time.
That is I think it was better.
Yeah.
Second, but I understand why Second got as big as it did, and then why, of course, it led into Third Edition, etc. But yeah.
I mean, Second Edition still had Thaco, which required like a slide rule thing. You make it, and you're like, okay, well, I have my Thaco is 10, which means I'm pretty good. I mean, I only need a 10 to roll, but. My weapon has a -4 to this armor, to yada yada yada. So you gotta like do the this minus this plus this, add whatever. Like okay, here's my
an abacus to
like a little slide rule. You're like,
no, that was.
I enjoyed the crap out of those games.
They're fun. Some of those can actually be really fun. Like so, I played the X-wing, the little X-wing game, the miniatures game, where you get to like the whole map and you get to do all that. That was like super fun. And that didn't use a slide rule necessarily, but it had a lot of complicated mechanics that you had to incorporate in order to basically have space combat. It was kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. It actually helped me with my 3D combats in 5th Ed. But
what is the name of the company again?
That what?
That's doing the Twilight 2000. You had it pulled up on the.
Oh, I put it down.
It was like Free Source, I think it was the name of the.
I think so. Let me see. Twilight 2000. Take me 2 seconds here, people. Twilight 200, huh? 2000. Kickstarter. Free Leagues. A free league. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Role-playing in the World War III that never was. So.
I'm kind of excited for it. Like, those were always fun games.
Yep. The last update was on May 3rd. Let's see. So they are still working on it. They're still creating it at the time. Initiative cards and counter cards. A lot of beta material that they're sharing out right now.
Awesome.
So yeah, they're definitely putting stuff out. So it's just really good. So yeah, we got Twilight 2000 coming out. We have Werewolf the Apocalypse 5th Ed coming out. Mm-hmm. That's really exciting. So there's a couple sit down games that we've said. Othercide, I'm really super jazzed to sit down and start playing that. I've talked about In Conjunction. What's Ashes of Creation.
Ashes of
Creation. Thank you. I always get that wrong. You could say it 1,000 times because there's a band called Ashes of the New.
Mm-hmm.
There's League of Ashes. There's Ashes of the Fallen. So, like, whenever I hear Ashes, all three of those run through my head first, and then I'm like, no, it's Ashes of Creation. Okay, but that looks really fun, and I'm kind of jazzed that one's getting to the point where it's getting ready. It's still an alpha, and it looks amazing.
Speaking of looking amazing, so they just sent out, since I'm signed up for
God, I don't see you without your glasses so frequently. Like, it's so infrequent that I see you without your glasses that I forget how close your eyes are together.
Oh, gee, thanks.
Put them back on. There we go. All right, thank you.
So it's in alpha, and this is what we're looking at, which is amazing.
It looks gorgeous. Like, for alpha, that's ridiculous for alpha. This
looks amazing for like a beta or even a launch. Like, this is like launch quality.
Well, look at the textures are clean. Now, they're not finished. You can tell the textures aren't finished, but they're really clean. They're very detailed, and yeah, see, you could say the reason I know you can tell it's now, like, the shadowing and stuff like that is kind of wonky. So that the shadowing, while it's there, is not like, there's no dynamic lighting, there's no dynamic shadow and stuff like that. But it's still.
Well, let's watch a little bit.
I'm nitpicking.
Right. I mean, let's watch a little bit of
yeah. Go throw it on for sure. Let's see this.
And see.
Is this the raid one?
Yeah, this is the
this one you were
them attacking the bosses and whatnot.
Okay.
Over here.
Nice. So good as
I'm sorry, Peter.
No, it's okay.
I'm good
I
as
have no idea what's happening.
Are you good as 5? Yeah, I like that. That was good. That's good.
Actually,
Just running around.
This is a current mount, and actually there's
Look at the
two
mounts,
different
man. That's so
colorations to them.
cool.
I can show you.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah,
Did you see the
that's
dismount?
a really different color
Falls
there.
through the horse.
Oh, the silver. Yeah, I like the silver one. It's almost like a
like that
platinum,
one more.
actually.
Wow.
Because it's like teal and white. It looks
The
so
tortoise.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then we also have a new face on the stream and recording. The glorious game designer himself, Mr. Chris Justo. How you doing?
Good. I am good as
Okay.
7.
Like, we need to...
Good as 7? All right, there you go. That's good. That's good. Not as quite as good as 2, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, you know, I'm working on it.
Yeah. Now, Chris,
It's
you're the one
adorable.
who actually
turtle.
designed the mechanics
I'm not gonna lie, I
on
kinda
this
want the turtle.
particular boss that we're about to experience here in a second.
the
I was
That's
looking
the
over at
boss.
you. Here's
that
you.
they're getting.
Here's
and
you
it's a
talking.
world boss. It's
Yes,
literally
he
just sitting there
and
for
yeah.
you to
Like
encounter. You would have to go grab
Yeah,
people
it's
and
pretty
say,
cool.
hey, let's
So
go
this guy's
attack him.
primarily like
So he's
It's
just
not
an
a
chilling out.
area
spawn, it's just
of
a world boss.
denial
That's awesome.
thing with
I mean,
poison
look
and
at
stuff.
Look at the
Yeah, so
the world.
core-
I mean,
hate to say
This is
gimmicks,
an
but
alpha.
his core
Like,
kind
this-
of
I'm
things
blown away that
are,
this is alpha.
area denial,
Like,
getting
I'm-
around
straight
puddles
up
that, you know,
looking
give
at this
poison
right
stacks
here.
Now, I
and
don't
spam
like the
them,
fact
and,
that
you
is straight
follow
ripped
moves,
out of
give poison
the
stacks
Lord of the
as
Rings
well, so
movie.
get ready for dots.
What, the stag?
Yeah,
Dots, more dots.
it's to be fair, the stag is
excited.
ripped out straight out of
Now
Norse
now this
mythology.
guy's designed for
Icon Theater
what,
or
about a
whatever.
rate of 40 to 60-ish.
Yeah, give or take.
40 to 60
Nice, very
people
cool.
for this.
And we have some allies, I
Boss.
think, who are waiting in the wings over here, ready to kind of jump in.
That is a dragon.
So what
That
do you
is a
say? You
big,
wanna, like,
angry-looking
try to
dragon.
That is a
build up
full
some hate
dragon.
on him.
Sure, yeah, I can definitely do that.
All right,
Let's
do
jump
it.
into,
I
like,
think we're all
mid-combat.
ready.
I'm ready.
Good warning.
Oh, I didn't make that
Yeah,
one.
that was a
That
good
does-
warning.
That does more damage the longer it's
I mean-
out, so if you're on the edges.
Wow. Now,
Yeah.
it's still an alpha.
I like
we have
everybody's keeping
okay.
their
So now you
distance.
start seeing
Smart,
the
smart
choppiness.
raid team.
But look how many characters they have on an alpha development
Hey, I had to fire
for a boss.
You know, and the guy shooting it is literally just doing the streaming so people can see what's going on. He's not actually like in the combat. He's just
Right.
the filming it.
Yeah, no, I get it.
But look at I mean,
That is a lot of stuff going on.
I've
That
seen
is
games
awesome.
ship that don't look like that.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely 100% correct. There are literal games on the market right now that are not this clean, that are not this pretty, and probably not even this finished.
Right? And like I said, this is alpha. Like they're getting ready to launch beta in like a week.
Okay, so alpha phase is pretty much done.
Yeah.
Okay.
But still, in an alpha, you have like 1 or 2 zones. You got the mechanics. You do.
I
want to
get in on this beta. Not gonna lie.
That's why I got the thing, because I signed up to try to get into it.
What's in phase 2? I did like a little tail sweat.
That is awesome. Like it's. Wait, yeah, right there. That is so pretty.
I mean, the textures on the dragon look good too.
Yeah, it does. Look, he's not even like what's cracking me up is this dragon's just not even phased by their bullshit. Not at all. He's not. He's just like away from me, peasants. Just blowing purple, poisonous, whatever, all over people, having himself a good time, or herself, whatever.
Lost like 6 levels. It took you a month to get
The flying. Oh my gosh.
I mean, look at the. Like I said, it's just for the fact that this is something that's not even close to production yet. Like there's a lot of stuff that they still have to work on.
I'm assuming that's another dragon type they have to fight.
Yep.
I said dragon type like this is freaking Pokemon. That's neat. So I imagine that these world bosses need to be done in a specific. You jumped. I wasn't expecting you to jump. That threw me off. Oh my God! Look at the ice physics. That's or not the ice physics, but look at the ice graphics.
And that's why I jumped to this one, because we seen the fire. The fire looked really, really good. The lava and all the other stuff.
Yep.
And then conversely, here's an ice dragon.
You want to try maybe doing a little tanking here? I mean, obviously we can't kill him by ourselves. We can see maybe what he does.
So okay.
Oh yeah,
I
let's see how long he can stay.
so it looks like placeholder type dragons because all the dragons have the exact same. So that's okay.
Right.
Although if they're all dragons of like a similar ilk, they'll actually have a similar, like the horns and the wings and all that will be similar too. So I guess it could be forgiven depending on how it goes. But
Hey, why don't you give the audience just a little idea?
oh, they killed it.
Oh, see, this like,
Let's kill.
watch the
Oh.
death animation,
Brought down with cheats.
Oh, try to get away.
and his tongue sticking out.
Give
That's
the
cool.
audience just a little idea of some of these mechanics.
That is pretty cool.
Completely blindsided.
Oh wow, it disappeared really fast though. I like it. I'm not a big MMO person. I've never really have been. I shouldn't say that. I just there's certain MMOs that I can't get into, but this looks like one that I would definitely be okay with. I guess it's not that I'm not a WoW. I'm just not a WoW person, I suppose. But it looks really good. It should be something that we can easily get into and mess with and have a lot of fun with. And if you get that beta, we're definitely gonna have to stream some beta. Are we good? Did we lose it? Trying to make sure we didn't lose anything. Things kind of got sideways there for a second. All right, we're good. But yeah, definitely if you get in on that beta, we definitely have to do.
Oh yeah.
Have to do some streaming on that beta.
I don't know, like I said, like I keep watching the videos and it keeps getting better. Like when it first came out, like pre-alpha, people were like, well, it looks like this, and the mechanics aren't there, and this, that, and the other. The more that they have time, the more that they've tuned everything, way better. Like now, people are like chomping at the bit. They can't wait. I can't wait. So, are you signing up?
Yep.
All right. Well,
Yeah. Okay. So, the average user hype is 7. I thought people were rating it like it had released, and I was like, it's not even out yet. But they were like, oh, the reviews is 7.5, and I'm like, what? How does it have a review? It's not even out. But it's the hype.
Right.
It's just Google displayed it wrong because Google has no idea what the F it's talking about. It's terrible. All right. So, Othercide. Yeah, Werewolf the Apocalypse. Yeah, Twilight 2000 coming out. Ashes of Creation. So, the Ashes of Creation is our new release we haven't talked about. Otherside's already out now. If you guys were interested in that, go ahead and hop on the Steam, download that, or PlayStation Store, whatever. Werewolf the Apocalypse, don't have a release date for that quite yet, but at least in the next 7 months.
Right.
So that's something. In Conjunction, don't want to miss that. So if you guys go into the In Conjunction, I think it's inconjunction.org. Is it .org? Mm-hmm. Okay. You guys can check that out. And then, of course, as always, we'd like to thank our show sponsor, daysandnightsbooks.com, for deciding that we were the platform that they wanted to advertise on. We really do appreciate that, guys. And if you become a member of our website, again, at geekpublicradio.com, you'll get 10% off of any purchase of from daysandnightsbooks.com. So definitely worth it. I guess these. Excuse me.
Fun times.
Yeah. Lovely. Okay. So, anyways, daysandnightsbooks.com. You guys can check them out. Get online. Look up anything that you guys could possibly need. You're going to find it on there. And then, yeah, it's a lot of good stuff coming down the pipeline. A lot of geeky things. A lot of nerdy stuff. I'm super jazzed. I can't wait to get started on the other side. Like, you have no idea. I'm chomping at the bit. Champing.
You're not going to sleep tonight. It's just you're going to leave here.
No, it's an inevitability.
Yes.
Oh, and we got some other shows coming down the pipeline for
Yes.
Geek Public Radio as well. So, you guys, make sure you become your members and get all the information on those. We got a true crime show coming along.
A little bit of story time.
Yep, doing some story time. So we'll have that for you. In the next, I'd say next couple of weeks, all those things will be coming down the pipeline. So stick around with us, man. You guys don't want to miss anything. And the sooner you become a member, and I'm going to be real honest, the sooner we start getting paid, the more stuff we can pump out. The more entertaining we can be, the more we can be out and about and doing stuff. So the onus falls on you. You want to see more content? You know where the membership button's at.
And if you want to see the stuff live from the convention,
you know where the membership button's at. You guys know where it's at. All right. So, I've been Crazy Chris. Thank you guys so much for coming out. And, Chris, I'll let you do your sign off, brother.
of course, I got to get everything all back to the...
Right.
So, like you said, become a member, get access to the cool stuff. Thank you, Days and Nights. Thank you, Rutledge Productions, for working with us and
Screw
whatnot.
you, Don.
And hey, Don. Yeah, check out all the movies and whatnot. And we will be back, not this next week, the week after, for more stuff. I'm trying to fit in a few interviews to stick in on our off weeks, so you can still get more geeky content, but delving more into some of the other stuff that we're doing, like, mental health stuff with gamers, community building, merch store stuff, like how to do this and when to do that. We're trying to get those things going, and we'll see how that goes. But as it is, from Crazy Chris and from
That's
me. We will see you guys next time.
Peace.